Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So today, I wanted to have a discussion about, did Volume 6's intro give away too many upcoming events that were to occur in Volume 6 of RWBY? So I wanted to take a look and see if the intro may have potentially spoiled certain things, or if it gave away too much. So sit back, relax, I hope you all enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, when looking at the RWBY intros, every time we see one, we get a new animation as well as a new song. And sometimes within the opening to RWBY, the thing is, we do get some things that are shown to us that either happen or don't happen. Hence, one thing that didn't happen, which is the Weiss and Emerald fight back in the Volume 2 and Volume 3 intros. But when we look at it, each intro kind of gives you a detail of certain things that may actually happen within the volume. Hence the Adam versus Blake and Yang fight. Now, we did know that was happening. It was only brief within the intro, but it really didn't spoil anything considering that we knew Adam was going to be in this volume. When we did get to see the trailer to the volume itself, we did get to see Adam, and he had slaughtered the White Fang members, and this obviously led on to him following Blake. But we knew that this fight was eventually going to come between Adam, Yang, and Blake. So this did finally happen, and this wasn't really that big of a surprise to occur. Now, one thing that people had speculated on within the trailer itself before the intro was even revealed was Maria. There were a lot of theories going around, one of them being her being a former Silver-Eyed Warrior, another one being her as the genie of the relic, which is ironic because we actually did get that. We did get Jin, but yeah, Maria didn't turn out to be that. But within the intro itself, it did show that there was going to be some relation between Maria and Ruby. Now, my speculation was that she was a Silver-Eyed Warrior. That was the thing that I had thought she was going to be, and many others thought this too, so I wasn't the first, and I wasn't the only one. But this was heavily implied, and the intro only made it that much stronger, and so then we obviously got that. Now, I really don't have a problem with this, because this is something that RWBY needed, and a lot of fans had been hoping that the Silver Eyes would eventually be answered. And so, finally, when we get to the end of Chapter 6, we learn that Maria was a Silver Eyed Warrior. So, that's fine. I have no problems with this, and I think that it was good for RWBY's arc because it did teach her how to use the Silver Eyes. So, really, this is not a problem, and I'm glad to see that RWBY has a mentor based character. So while this was a spoiler on Maria's part, it really wasn't that bad of a spoiler, I don't think. And it was good to show that RWBY was going to get some attention, so that was good. But the thing that relates to Maria as an old rival, which is Caroline Cordovan. She actually was not spoiled within the intro at all, and while the mech fight is kind of meh, I mean, it's not bad, it's not great either, it's okay. I mean, I could do without it, but still, it didn't actually throw in the conflict of Cordovan trying to stop them from going to Atlas, and she wasn't spoiled in this, so that did leave you that to question what was going to happen there, so there was that, so that was kind of a good thing. Now, the next one I want to take a look at is the part of the apathy. Now, we did see the Grim, we saw that RWBY had the relic, and this made you question, what is this Grim? Are they in some kind of a mine? Which was interesting because it actually wasn't a mine, it was a waterway. But the cool thing was that these Grim, the arms, are different from the apathies, and this really didn't give away the apathy that much. It just let you know that the Grim were actually going to be a part of the problem within the volume. They were going to be a threat. And that was good that they didn't spoil the apathy, because when we finally did get to see these creatures, they looked different from what the intro was showing us. Because the arms that are coming out of the mine look more like the Nucalave, and then you have the apathy who look different than that. And so I really liked that they kept the apathy kind of on the down low when it came to the intro. And if you look at the apathy's arms, you can definitely tell the difference between the creature's arms that are reaching out to grab Ruby in the intro and the ones of the apathy. So I like that they kept that down low as a secret, and the apathy actually turned out to be a pretty good threat, I thought. I thought that they were a really interesting Grim, and I really liked them, the story behind the Brunswick Farms issue with the apathy. So they did a really good job here on kind of keeping us in the dark on this one. Now, the next thing I want to look at is the whole who was the mysterious woman and the statue. Now, I had speculated that this was Salem and Ozpin, and I was right. And a lot of people thought this as well. so I wasn't the only one yet again. But I really was glad to see that this was Salem and that this was also Ozpin. Another thing that has to relate to this, because this has to do with their backstory, is also the scene in the intro with all of Ozpin's reincarnations, who he started out as, which was Ozma, and then he went down the line all the way to Ozpin. Of course, there were more reincarnations that we did see, but I did like that we did get to see some of them, and it really didn't spoil a whole lot because we knew that Ozpin was cursed with reincarnation, or well, he said he was cursed, which turned out to not be so much of a curse, but I thought that was actually really cool that they showed us a little bit of that. And then whenever the chapter The Lost Fable came out, which was chapter 3, I have to say, I think it was good that they kept a lot of things under wraps here because they still made you question what the backstory was. It didn't really spoil everything. It just told you that we were going to get the backstory between Ozpin and Salem, and that's about all it really did. And it also showed the moon being shattered in the intro, but it didn't give away how. So that was pretty cool. They kept a lot of things under wraps when it came to the backstory. Now the big one is Cinder and Neo. Now, here's what I'm going to say about this one. This is the part of the intro I think that gave away a little too much, considering that within chapter 2, we learned that this hooded individual was Cinder. And this was very obvious because, for one, the poster kind of gave away that Cinder was coming back. Secondly, if you look at the figure of the individual, it's obviously a female figure. And then during the fight that you see within the intro, you see that there is an umbrella being thrown out there. Now, the thing about this is that the umbrella gave away everything. Neo was coming back. We knew this at this point. I mean, if the hat didn't give it away, then the umbrella certainly did. And if you slow down the animation, you can see that it's an umbrella, which means that it was Neo. So, they thought we wouldn't notice if Neo would come back. You tried to pull a fast one, but we knew. We noticed. And I watched that intro like a hawk. Trust me, I did. I had the eyes of a hawk on that one, just to see if Neo was going to be there or not. But anyways, so the big thing that I kind of have a problem with the intro right here at this point, though, is the fact that they tried to keep Cinder a secret. It's obvious she was going to come back. And I don't think there was any reason to really keep her a secret, especially if they were going to reveal her within Chapter 2 coming back, which they did. So I just think the whole mysterious bit of who that hooded character was kind of a bit redundant when they were going to reveal it so early. If they waited till Chapter 5, okay, that would have been fine, but they didn't do that, and they just revealed it almost instantly. So, yeah, I think that kind of spoiled it. Neo, obviously, that was great what they did with this, showing off in the intro that Neo and Cinder were going to fight, and I think this was an excellent fight. I've talked about how I thought this was a brilliant return for Neo's character, and I even talked about how this was actually good for Cinder as well. I think that they both had a great fight here, and just as it was stated years ago, Neo would return by Carrie himself. He said that they eventually were going to bring her back and make her do something that people would hate her for. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Still loving her character. But at the same time, I feel like this did kind of spoil that surprise to a degree, because while it was exciting to see that Neo was going to return, at the very same time, it threw the big moment of surprising us with that under the bus. Now, on the other hand, with Cinder, yeah, I don't really think that was a surprise. I think that it was pretty obvious that Cinder was still going to come back, because there's still more that they need to do with her character before they get rid of her if they ever decide to. But next thing is, I'm still okay with the Neo reveal in a sense in the intro, because it just made me then more excited to see which chapter she was going to appear in and what they were going to do with her. And they did an excellent job reintroducing her into the series, so good job with Neo coming back. And with Crow and the Sphinx Grim, we knew that was going to happen because chapter 1 had everybody fight the Sphinx and the Manticore Grim, which was Team RWBY. So there was that, and then Crow falling into depression and getting drunk, as you saw, which kind of raised some red flags, but overall, it left you questioning what may happen. But I think they could have been maybe a little more subtle on what they shown in the intro, because I feel like Neo was kind of spoiled with the intro, and then Cinder being hidden under the hood They just showed her in chapter 2, so I think her being hidden in the full intro was just kind of redundant. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, hit the video with a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and share this with your friends if you found this informative or useful. Well, anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today, and remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow can always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.